So Hector Bellerin is the obvious name here. I do think there's more to him than maybe his detractors think, just as an individual. Something that's kind of not been reported very much. He's been on the sort of Arsenal Leadership Council since Arsene Wenger's time. Back then, it wasn't quite sort of formal as it was with Emery, but under Wenger, he was kind of one of a sort of quartet. It was basically the back four as you would know it. So Mertesacker, Koscielny, Bellerin, and Monreal were kind of a quartet of dressing room advisors that Wenger had. Also, he's someone that has, unlike others, he's kind of rejected the chance to go elsewhere to play for Arsenal. PSG, when Emery was in charge, tried to sign him. Obviously, we know about Barcelona as well. All that kind of makes me think at least there's something there about that he is a captain that values Arsenal. I know that obviously players like Fabregas, Arsenal means an enormous amount to them, but I think the way in which the captaincy's been handled is it, and this goes right back to Wenger, it goes back to Henry, but arguably even a little. I mean, yeah, but Henry would be the main one. It's just been something that you give to someone to beg them not to leave you, a gift to sort of say, please don't ditch us. There's a really good book by Sam Walker of the Wall Street Journal, which I know that, interestingly, before he left, Ivan Gazidis was very keenly aware of, which talks about how the one thing that unites the great teams in sport is captaincy and having great leadership. And Arsenal just almost the complete opposite. I mean, I remember a press conference when Arsene Wenger was asked in the game before he hadn't had a captain for the second half, and he realised he hadn't. Look, it's not the be all and end all, but there's just this void of leadership. And when you see a team that kind of folds under pressure, that looks so mentally weak, how can you not put those two together and see the common link there? I mean, Xhaka, I think, could also have been a really good captain for Arsenal. I think a lot of this, I remember people would always say to me, particularly before Arteta came, you just don't, people within Arsenal, I remember saying, you don't see what it is that makes Xhaka so good. That means he always starts. I think a lot of that is about the stuff off the pitch. Always the hardest training player as well at the club, a model professional, and those sort of things matter as well in terms of captaincy. I don't think he could have it back. I think he even kind of came out and said he wouldn't feel comfortable wearing it anymore, which I think is perfectly understandable. Beyond that, I don't see many of the other squad that are a captain material to me. Maybe Guendouzi, if he can get his head down. I really like how he bends the rules a little bit. I think that's actually something I'd like to see in a captain, someone that knows where the line is and isn't kind of afraid to step over it. But I mean, Aubameyang is great with the young players. He's really, got a paternal role almost with them. But he's not an Arsenal club captain. He's not a club captain of any team because it's just not. It's not who he is. It's not in his nature to be that sort of person issuing the rallying cry. He's a leader, but he's not a captain, if you know what I mean.